Hey, everybody. It's episode 615 of PodQuest.
Hey,
I'm Chris. That's Walnut.
yeah,
I drew a blank on everything because for some reason, when you went, hey, you faded out for me. I think it was Audacity doing noise repression. And I just
uh,
got so fucking confused. I lost track of thought.
I may have been looking away from my mic when I
Oh,
started saying hey, and then looked towards my mic while I was saying hey, so it might have had that uh change in volume that might have threw off Discord, or the opposite. I might have been looking at the mic and looked away while I was saying hey, and it just threw you off.
yeah.
Maybe.
It just, so you actually, and you almost cut out when you were doing it too, which was
hmm
yeah. But yeah, we're back. It's another day. It's Wednesday, May 27th, 2026. I didn't say the date before because that was the part that was what I drew the blank on. Like you cut out and I'm just like, wait, fuck, what?
Yep. Yep. That's it. That's the day.
It's been a day. It's been a
Yeah,
day.
it's been a year.
Yeah. Hey,
It's
this is an unrelated question. I was talking to some people about this. Do you know? And I'm asking you because you have nieces that are school age. Do kids still have to do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't know. I don't ask, but most likely yes, I believe they do.
I assume so.
Um,
I was talking to people that are not in the US. And we were talking about how in the UK, people in the UK are much more aware of religions than we are in the
mhm.
US. Because the whole thing is the person I was talking to is Islamic, I guess would be the right way to put that. So they were celebrating the something. I
Yeah.
had asked a question about it, and they were kind of filling me in. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm a stupid American. I don't fucking know. And they're like, oh, I always forget that you guys don't just get this stuff the way we do here. All my friends that aren't that are Catholic and stuff, they just kind of know this stuff by osmosis because it's just everywhere. And
Mm.
apparently, they actually have religion study classes, even in regular schools.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Whereas
100%. Like
over here, if you go to Catholic school, you have to do religion classes, but it's strictly Christianity.
yeah.
Meanwhile, in public school, it's separation of church. The reason the Pledge of Allegiance came up is because I said, nope, over here, public school, separation of church and state, except for when you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance and it's one nation under God.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, wait, do you guys really do that, or is that just in movies? I'm like, no, we really fucking
No,
do that.
it's something we still we do. We pledge to the flag. A free country is ours, and we have to pledge ourselves to it. Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure they still do, but it's very much more lax and lenient. Like when we were growing up, if somebody said that they didn't want to pledge, at least pre-high school, somebody said that they didn't want to pledge, it would be a big hullabaloo. But
Yeah,
nowadays, the parents can write a letter. If my kid doesn't want to pledge, they don't have to pledge. It's not as big of a deal. I'm sure most of the teachers even probably are like, I'm not gonna fucking cross my heart and pledge to this fucking thing right now. It's stupid.
yeah, the Pledge of Allegiance is a stupid thing.
Oh, it's absolutely stupid. Yeah, it is. It's dumb. I mean, I guess it made sense back during the revolution and shit like that. But beyond that, it creates, it kind of enforces an ideal of more of a military state, which we are not. There's no forced military drafting in the United States, at least currently. Um and no, for such in countries such as Korea and stuff where they do have to go, but it's not even a dictatorship. It's yeah, it's supposed to be a free government, but our government forces us to stand by God and all that bullshit that we complain about all the time. That's bullshit.
Yeah, yay America.
Yeah, we're the worst. We are so bad, so bad. But other than that, anything else?
I don't think so. So what's on the agenda?
Yeah. Bunch of video games. That's how I'm gonna promote this episode. We got a bunch of video games.
Talk about the video
Um,
games, damn it.
I played Forza Horizon 6 and I beat Lies of P. And Cobb, you played Yoshi's Mysterious Book. So it's all video games all the time. I did play sort of a new board game which I didn't add to the list because Drew played it. It was that one player game that he played called 20 Strong.
Okay.
Um, but the reason I'm holding off on that is A, I'm making videos out of it, but also B, there's 3 editions that he got. So basically, the way the game goes is when you buy the base game, you get um the 20 die and then the rule set for one specific game mode, which is called Solar Sentinels. And then you can get additional game cards, game rules. So the other one he has is Too Many Bones, and then the last one he has is like some sort of dark gothic one that I don't remember what it's called, and it's in the other room, so I don't feel like going to get it. It's a ridiculous name, but I want to play through all of them, and so this guy spent an hour recording a play session of Too Many Bones on Monday morning. Guess whose mic died 5 minutes into recording that 1 hour session of Too Many Bones, and his phone didn't just automatically change to the phone mic. This guy.
Oh no.
Which, look, it was me playing a fucking board game. I can't be that mad about it.
But that still sucks.
But it just means I have to play it again, which is fine. But it's a cool game. I'll have more about it when I play the last mode and get videos set up for the website and stuff, or for our YouTube and stuff. But it's a fun game. But yeah, so it's mostly just video games.
Yeah. So I watched a bunch of movies, but like honestly, like Erica and I did like a movie day on Saturday because it was rainy and miserable and all that shit.
Yeah.
We watched so many bad movies.
So many bad movies.
And like it was unfortunately like we were looking for like horror movies to watch, and like we didn't want to watch like big ones because we want to save them for like Halloween time when we try to like watch 31 movies. So it was very much like okay, well let's just look and see what's on things. I'm pulling up my Letterboxd real quick just to see what my ratings were. The highest rated one was 3.5 stars. And that was one Do Not Enter. That was actually not bad. Like I was at least entertained. But I had 2 stars and a 1 star also.
Okay. Wow. Yep.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a terrible Saturday.
It was fun. Like they were bad movies, but like we had fun watching them still. Yeah. It's just like, oh, these don't deserve good ratings just because we kind of had fun watching them because they were stupid.
I went to a wedding on Saturday, it was nice.
Hopefully it was indoors.
It was actually supposed to be outdoors. But they were able to adjust. It was at this little place out in near Westchester / Exton area called Cross Gables Estate. And so like the ceremony was supposed to be outdoors, and then like the reception, everything was supposed to be like on their garden patio. And like outside, like it was supposed to be like just no cover basically, but the because of the rain, they set up a tent and they had to have the ceremony indoors. It was still a nice little ceremony. It was a very small wedding. It was very nice though. I liked it. I had a good time.
Glad you had a good time. Yeah. Did you also have a good time playing Forza Horizon 6?
So I've only played Forza Horizon 6 once so far, and that was for about 3 to 4 hours. That was last night's stream session, and I had a lot of fun. So last time I talked about a Forza Horizon game, it was Horizon 5, and it didn't like fully click with me at the time. I was wanting at the time more of a sim racer, like a Gran Turismo or Motorsport, more so than than what's it called? Than Horizon and have an arcade racer. But after I didn't really get into it. I liked it, I had fun, but I was just like, all right, this is enough for me. And so since I had beaten Lies of P on Sunday, and my anniversary stream is next weekend, I just want to like casual game, just have fun for the next couple of streams and whatnot, and not be any too serious or stressed or rushed to beat anything or anything like that. So Horizon 6 just came out, and it's on Game Pass, so I'm like, fuck it, let's play. It's based on it's in Japan. You ride around Tokyo and you ride around Japan. I'm sure probably not a 1-to-1, but like I'm sure it's very like there's a lot like they mentioned the crossing at one point. What is that? Shibuya Crossing, where it's like
like in
people.
Downtown Tokyo.
Yeah, they mentioned that you drive by that at one point. There's Tokyo Tower. There's a light rail that you can drive by and next to, and like or not light rail, but the the bullet train and stuff. It's very cool. The setting is beautiful. It looks nice. The cars look nice. The game feels, at least in the difficulty and settings that I have, the game feels fun to race around and drive in. It's not too difficult. It's not too frustrating. It's just it's a really nice, pretty game. Music I'm playing on streamer mode. It's fine. It's not like something that I'd ever like write home to, but I don't want to get demonetized, and YouTube sucks with this shit.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not monetized on YouTube, but like
I forgot actually that her like Forza does like licensed music. It's
yeah,
been a while. The last one I played was
probably
this is
5.
4. 5 was the UK, wasn't it?
5 was
Wasn't that
no,
the
5 was
seasons one?
Mexico, I
I
believe.
thought 4 was Mexico.
The only one I've played was prior to this was 5, or was the Mexico one, the Baja one, and they gave me something for having played Forza Horizon 5. So I think
Oh
5
yeah,
was
that one
Baja.
is the Mexico one. I thought I thought 5 was the one with all the like the weather stuff that they were so excited about.
I mean, I'm sure it is the first one that had weather in it
No, the
or
one I'm
something like that.
specifically thinking about was the it was in like the UK.
Then it might be 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it now, but I just want the wiki for it. Stop giving me all these shitty
Yeah, Forza
Forza
4.
links.
Forza 4 is UK. Based in
Wow.
fictionalized Great Britain.
Okay. Wow. I definitely, in my head, those were very like different eras. So
Yeah.
Horizon 4 was an Xbox One game.
Yep.
Wow. Wow, and it was also almost 10 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah, that's the thing that blows my mind more so than anything is how long it's been since Horizon 5 to 6. I thought
Yeah.
there would have been at least one other since then.
Well,
Because it's
so they
been,
were
what, like
every
5
other
years, something like
year
that?
for a while. Because it was Motorsport were odd years and Horizons were even years. And I'm looking at it now. So it was Forza Horizon was 2012, 2014, 2016, 2018, and then 2021 and 2026. So it's been 4 years since
Yeah.
Horizon 5. And then you had Motorsport was 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 23.
Yeah. So they're putting more time into it, which is nice. They're putting more work into it, it seems. And it's well worth it. So like for anybody who has not played the Horizon games, Forza Horizon, they are arcade. They don't take themselves very seriously.
That's the reason
They
I've played the Horizon, because they're actually fun to just fuck around with for a
Yeah,
little while.
they are very silly. They take themselves very loose. Like one of the races I did, I was in a fucking Dodge Ram racing along the countryside of Japan and shit like that. It's very silly. It's very ridiculous. It's just very loosey goosey with everything. It's not like you can tweak and mod your cars to make them faster and better, but like there's not really it doesn't really matter. As you can even like you get enough credits that before each race you can just click the button buy recommended car or whatever, and it'll give you a list of cars within that tier of that race. And you can just go ahead and use that car, buy it and use it. And like I have over 1 million credits at this point. I've only been playing for 4 hours. So they're not meant to be serious, and it's great how they do it. So and like the intro of the game itself like brings you around and like showcases the different racing styles that you can have and the different regions you'll be in Japan. And yeah, it's just it looks beautiful. And I had heard about a certain race that I really wanted to do. So my goal yesterday when I played it was to unlock and complete that certain race. Well, it was the last thing I did. And Cobb, you're going to want to do this because it's fantastic. I raced a giant fucking Gundam-esque mech. Me and my supercar versus a mech.
That's actually kind of cool.
It is incredible. So now the whole race took me about less than 3 minutes, so I'm going to be posting the whole race as a short on YouTube and everything in the upcoming probably a month from now when it gets to that point. And like I'll be 100% honest. The race is 100% scripted. Like you are going to win no matter what you do. By the end of the race, the robot breaks down right before the end, right before the finish line. You're going to win. And it's all just about scenery and watching this mech fucking run and go crazy. And like one of the best images I got from this is a really cool scene is you're coming out of a tunnel, hitting a jump, and as you hit the jump, the mech lands right next to you and starts running, and you got the bullet train on the other side of you just whipping down the line with you, and like it's the three of you racing at the same time. And
On
I was
Game
just
Pass
like,
right
this
now,
is what's
I
that? It's
assume.
on Game Pass, yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, this is incredible. It was phenomenal. It looked so good. It was so fun, and like that's what Forza Horizon is. It's just have fun. Race. It's they're open world racing games. Just jump in, do whatever races you want to do, drive around. Like at one point, I worked and did food delivery, and you have to like it gives you side objectives like try to keep your speed over 80 miles an hour. And if it goes under 80 miles an hour, they give you 20 seconds to catch back up and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually,
Um,
I forgot that this one was set in Japan. That like that's probably like a cool, just
it's a
like
great setting.
scenery wise,
Yeah.
even.
So one of the things the mech does is you're driving into Tokyo City, and the mech grapples onto and spins around, hooked onto Tokyo Tower, and it's just swinging around like Spider-Man around Tokyo Tower to circle around it to get towards the finish line and stuff. It's just really cool.
Yeah,
I
if
love
you
this
can find a
setting.
trial for Game Pass, I might,
Yeah,
grab it for
yeah.
the
I mean,
weekend or something.
the mech race was like 3 hours in, and I jumped around and did some other stuff. The only thing I kind of want to complain about is there's, as far as I can tell, there's no fast travel. So if you're going from one side of the map to the other, it is not a short trek. Now it's a beautiful trek and it's a fun trek, but it's not short. Like a 10-mile drive could take you upwards of 3 to 4 minutes. Which again doesn't sound that long, but on the grand scheme of things, where a race takes you no more than 5 minutes, having to drive 5 minutes just to get to that race kind of sucks. However, they do let you set up auto drive, where you could put
Oh,
your controller down and go do stuff while the car drives to the location for you. Which I was just like, that's cool, at least. But like, or you could just give me uh uh fast travel and just let me teleport there. Like that would be a little bit better. But I have to look into it more. Maybe there is a fast travel, I just didn't see it.
I
But
I know past ones definitely have had some of it,
yeah,
but like you definitely have to unlock points to fast travel, but like they existed.
there's fast travel. But it's completely unlocked right from the start. Start
Oh,
card, you smash any. Okay. Your roads, discover. Open your map, move your cursor, select destination. Oh, I couldn't find anything that said to do that. So there
it
is fast
happens.
travel. Like there was no tooltip or anything like on the HUD saying hit such and such button to fast travel here. Or no, I could mark where I want to go at like the race that I want to do and drive to it. But that like it wouldn't say, hey, here we'll travel you there. But maybe I didn't discover that road by that time, so that maybe that's why I couldn't do it. Um, the other thing is I wish the game was a little bit more seamless. And what I mean by that is, say you get to a race. You get to a race location. You have to hit the button to get it enter the race. So then it enters a load screen. And then it enters your like selection screen, your menu screen of selecting like what car you're gonna race in, what settings you're gonna have on that race, and if you're gonna race by yourself or co-op or whatever, and blah blah blah. So you make all your selections, and then it loads into the load screen, goes to the load screen, and then goes to the screen where it shows your character standing in front of the car, and then it goes to the load screen and loads the race, and then you do the race, and then say you win the race, it shows you the standings, and then it loads into a screen where it shows that you're first place, and then it goes to the load screen and loads you back into the world. Now, like, maybe I don't need that screen that shows me first place. Or maybe, like, make that a little bit more seamless and give me less load screens. Because that's the problem that really, like, kind of, like, I get loading me in from, like, preparing for the race, which they could have even just, like, if I'm sitting there, hit X to load the race, it could say, all right, pick your car, and let me choose my car, and then load me into the race. It shouldn't have to load me into the options, into the menu screen, and then load me into the race. And then it shouldn't have to load me to the rewards ceremony, and then load me out of the reward ceremony into the open world. It's just like there felt like, and again, like load times aren't long, but they're not fast either. So it's kind of similar to the issue with that I was having since I couldn't figure out fast travel. It's like this race took me 3 minutes, and now it took me a minute to load into the race, into and out of the race. So a third of my playtime, more or a quarter of my playtime at this point, was load screens. Basically, was load screens and menus.
That sounds
So
about right.
yeah, like it was a little frustrating, and I wish it was a little bit more seamless. I wish like you get to the race, you select it while you're in the world, and then it brings you right into the race. You do the race, and then it does the the winner ceremony as it's loading in the next portion of the game, not like a load screen to the winner ceremony and then a load screen out of the winter ceremony into the game. It was a little frustrating. But it was still fun and it's still beautiful, and I'm excited. Like I unlocked the northern area to like that's gonna be all like snow covered and stuff, so I'm excited to check that out. But I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm excited to get more into it when I play again, and it's not going to be a game that I'm going to like really worry about getting everything on or even necessarily beating. Um, I'm just going to be playing it until I don't feel like playing it anymore, and I'll probably keep it on my backlog and back burner for like when I want to be more casual and chill and just have fun. But I will admit, like this was one of this I had the most fun playing this game out of any game I've played recently in a long time. I haven't like laughed or just enjoyed myself as much as I have playing this
Well, you've been playing such
in a
serious
while.
games for the last several games.
But still, like, I mean, not yes and no. Like, it really, let me look at my game list over on Twitch real quick to
I feel like
remember.
you don't play a lot of lighthearted, goofy games.
No, I don't. That is true. But like it doesn't necessarily mean they shouldn't be fun. Like Resident Evil 9, I had fun playing, but like and Medieval, I had fun playing, but like
I forgot about Medieval
playing
was a semi-recent
yeah,
game.
yeah, so like in order basically, um this might be a little off, but I've played Hollow Knight, Tomb Raider, Expedition 33, Medieval, Resident Evil 9, Lies of P. Since Hollow Knight Silk Song, those are like the games I've beaten. And like it's honestly since Hollow Knight Silk Song that I had this much fun. And like
Nice.
I was just like it was just like and like not to say that I didn't have fun playing Resident Evil 9, not to say I didn't have fun playing Expedition 33 or Medieval, but like this is like I was just so happy to be playing this, and it's just like especially over the past like honestly 2 months because that was when I was playing Lies of P, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But like yeah, it took me about 2 months to beat Lies of P, and so like maybe I was just getting a little burnt out on that or whatever. But like even with Resident Evil, it took me so long to get the platinum trophy in that it just like it went on too long, and I feel like that's part of it. I was just even though like Resident Evil I didn't play for a month straight because it's just not feeling good. It's just yeah, I don't know. Lately when it comes to gaming, it has been a little bit hard for me to find the joy in the game, and this one I was just like this is just fun. This is just so much fun. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. So yeah, it's a blast. It's definitely if you have Game Pass or if you like racing games and just want to buy it on Steam or whatever else, or you find some way to get Game Pass for a while, definitely download this and play it. It's worth it. At least get to the third major trial so that you can race the mech.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
only downside with Game Pass right now. Like with them upping the cost till I think it's like 20 for the console version. It's no longer as enticing for just like a random game. Like
yeah,
Forza's not a game that I'm necessarily like I wouldn't put enough time into Forza
yeah.
to make it feel like that was like money well spent.
I
Um
mean, what if you're doing $20 a month? I mean, there's still plenty of other games on there that you could play, even if you don't put enough time into Forza.
I mean that is true. It's just like will I put it into it? Because I don't play a lot of console games anymore. I play a lot of stuff on the Steam Deck or the Switch.
Yeah, Expedition 33. Well, I mean, you can't play it on. Right, never mind. Yeah,
That's the problem.
you,
And like I actually I have Expedition 33 on Steam. Um
yeah, you don't beat games, so that's the other thing.
well, so I actually haven't so the problem is too like I haven't like restarted Expedition 33 since getting it on Steam because I was like 5 or 6 hours into it on Xbox. And I just haven't felt like redoing the opening.
Hmm.
But yeah, like it's a shame that the Steam Deck doesn't have like a way to like natively install like a Game Pass app, because like I would 100% probably just stay subscribed to Game Pass if it did. Because then I
get
could
the
actually just like jump between like the two things. Like I could jump onto the computer or the Xbox if I wanted to, or just pick up the Steam Deck and play it.
get the what's it, the ROG or whatever, the
Oh,
Asus
the
ROG.
ROG Ally thing. I thought that
Yeah.
wasn't does that? I have to double check because maybe I misunderstood. I think that thing just does the game streaming. It doesn't actually do the
I
Game Pass like install.
I don't know.
It's also very expensive because everything's very expensive right now.
Yeah, everything's expensive.
I actually haven't heard like the little bit I've heard people talk about that thing. It seems like it's generally well received, but maybe not worth the price tag.
I know someone who has some version of it. I don't know what. That he likes it. He enjoys it. He was considering getting either that or the Steam Deck, and I think like the availability for Game Pass pushed him more for that than the
Yeah,
the uh
like that is a had both of them been out when we got the Steam Deck, I probably would have actually like sat down and really like looked at it. I like we probably still would have gotten a Steam Deck because it works. The Steam Deck's really good for Erica because a lot of the games she plays, if they make it to console at all, it's usually like a year or two later.
hmm
Whereas like she has probably a few hundred hours at this point into a game Fields of Mystria, which is like a fantasy Stardew sort of
yeah,
style game.
yeah,
That like isn't it's still early access. Like it's not on consoles. Like she couldn't get it on Switch or Xbox or anything like that right now.
yeah. But doesn't the ROG have access to Steam as well?
I thought the Xbox one was Xbox only. Does it have
I
Steam on it too?
I have no idea. I don't know. I
Like,
just know
I legitimately don't know a
it's a
ton about
handheld.
them. Because
I
there are different versions of it. So there's one that is basically the Steam Deck, but it's ROG or whoever the company is, and then there's like the ROG Ally X, which is like the specifically Xbox branded one that I think might just be Xbox. Which again, not a bad thing because like if you can install your digital Xbox games on it as well as install things from Game Pass, like that's a great deal because Game Pass does have a ton of stuff. And if your primary platform is Xbox or like what Xbox has available on PC, like why the fuck not?
yeah.
Because yeah, like I still think Game Pass is a good deal depending on like how you play and what you play. Like if frankly, if you're a PC player, it's still probably the best deal because I think it's still only like 12 or $13 on for PC only.
Yeah.
And
It went up like $1 when the recent
yeah,
increase.
so like it's still cheaper for PC only, and like the majority of games are still on there. Like I don't think there's many games that aren't launched on PC and console. At least not big
Uh,
ones that you'd necessarily like want to play.
so according to Gemini, the ROG Ally can do Steam.
So yeah, there's definitely a version of it, but can the Xbox one do it?
I mean, I mean, I don't know.
Because that was a big thing. Like the one for Xbox was like branded for Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, Gemini says the ROG Ally and ROG Ally X can seamlessly play Steam games
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
according to Gemini, because it runs on Windows, it functions just like standard PC, meaning you can just install Steam.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know it. I didn't know it actually just ran Windows.
Yeah. So like
You-
honestly, like if you were to, if like say I were to get one of the two, I would probably lean more on the ROG Ally X than the Steam Deck because I do a lot of I have access to I use Game Pass, PC Game Pass.
Yeah.
But the likelihood of me playing a lot of these PC Game Pass games not on stream is very small, but if and I don't travel often enough to really require it, and if I do, I have my Switch. But again, I don't travel often enough to require it.
Yeah, and also the so I just looked. The ROG Ally X at Best Buy is $900.
hmm
What? Like fucking what?
is that bad?
$900. That is more than any of the consoles.
But what's its power compared to it? And I mean I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, like the Steam Deck, I think, unless this, maybe the price have gone up. I'm actually looking to see if like the Steam Deck price is higher because it was like I think it was 500 when we got it. Oh, the Steam Decks have actually jumped up too. Okay. So this isn't this thing is overpriced. This is the market fucked these over too. The 1 terabyte Steam Deck OLED is also $900.
Yeah, I mean I would say according to Gemini, the ROG Ally X retails for $1,000. And this is an upgraded model with 24 gigs of RAM, which a PS5 only has 16 gigs of RAM. So you're getting a lot more RAM with this. Terabyte solid state drive, Ryzen Z1 processor, larger battery. So I mean, it's really dependent on
Yeah. I,
which version you get.
yeah, a handheld is not worth $1,000. Like these things are overpriced right now because of memory and storage.
The the ROG Xbox Ally, 16 gigs, 520 gigs, is $600.
16 and 520? What?
16 RAM, 520 hard
Oh, do they
drive.
actually have ones with different RAM sizes? Best Buy only sells it with 24.
It appears no, Xbox has ROG Ally 7-inch FHD 120 Hz gaming handheld 3-month Xbox Game Pass Premium
Oh, that's cool. It
for
comes with Xbox Game Pass.
$599.99.
Is that right through Microsoft?
No, this is on Best Buy's website.
Oh, all the ones I'm seeing are way more expensive. ROG Ally X 7-inch 120 Hz FHD 1080p gaming handheld. Do they have like different?
Again, mine is the 16 gigabyte RAM, 520 gigabyte solid state drive that I'm looking at.
Yeah, why is this one even more? Oh, it looks like maybe they have different processor types for them. Wow.
It's a handheld PC, Cobb. I'm not surprised that
I am, because usually these companies don't make these like that customizable. They want to sell 1 or 2 SKUs and that's it. I did just find the one you were looking at. It's like white and has like the handles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like some of them have the little handles and some of them don't. Some of them are just like the Steam Deck form factor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, $599 is more in line with what you'd expect. I'm not surprised that the one with and like that little bit of so look at it this way, like a very small increase in memory right now and storage is jumping it up $300 to $400.
Yeah, and that's the market. That's definitely
that's like
100% the market.
I just had to quote a laptop for a client yesterday, and in August the laptop was $1,400.
Yeah.
Today, the exact same fucking laptop was $3,200.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
The chip industry is, because of all the fucking data centers and AI bullshit that's going around right now. Yes, I know. I just used Gemini. Search engine. Look, I'm against AI for everything besides search engines. I'll be 100% honest. But all the bullshit with all these fucking data centers, it's causing the chip market to go fucking crazy because
well, those data centers, apparently some of it has actually like fallen apart, but a lot of them essentially pre-purchased. Something like 80% of all memory and storage manufactured for the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they pre-purchase shit that's not even made yet for the next 2 years, leaving like a 20% margin for everyone else to use. So like every company that manufactures absolutely fucking anything is just fucked right now. So like I would not be surprised if the one ROG Ally. Oh, I see the naming convention now. So the ROG Ally X is not the ROG Xbox Ally. Mm-hmm. I see what they did there. Okay. So the X must be like a
the generation or whatever.
Like a generation or just like the higher end model, explaining like the slightly better specs and significantly higher cost. Apparently it's also weighs a lot more. Weight, storage capacity, and software are all cons for the ROG X, for the Ally X, but not for the just regular one for whatever weird reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if like at some point like the Xbox Allies that are out now, like basically the stock for them depletes, and when they start manufacturing new ones, they have to raise the prices because all the parts they need are going to cost them more money to manufacture. Plus the cost of shipping it around the world right now.
Well, not around the world, just the United States.
Well, I meant like gas prices.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like all that stuff's stupid. But
yeah.
anyway,
Anyway,
how's Liza P? I guess let's move along.
so now don't get me wrong. Lies of P was a very good game. I enjoyed it. I just by the end of it, I was ready for it to be over.
You've been playing it for like a month and a half now,
I
right?
started it early April, like April 2nd or 3rd, something like that.
So actually
I
almost 2 months.
It took me almost 2 months. Now, granted, there's been a lot of times where like I either canceled stream or skipped stream or didn't play that day or whatever. I was only playing it twice a week. But it's just like at one point or another, I was just like, I'm ready to be done this. There are just some aspects of the game and enemies and bosses that really just drove me nuts. Uh, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good, very solid game, and like one of the better non-From Soft Soulsborne out there. So like my problems with it lie in the fact that some of these enemies have such big fucking weapons and attack way too goddamn fast. My other problem with it is the there are when an enemy has a phase 2 or phase 3, most games when an enemy has a phase 2, they don't get a full fucking health bar back. No, they get like a portion of the health bar, like half of the health bar, or it doesn't activate till they reach the halfway point and then it activates. No. If you get the enemy down from phase 1, phase 2 pops up and they have a full health bar back,
For
which
some
is
reason in
just
my
a
head,
pain.
I definitely thought that the From games refilled the health bar. They don't.
No, not even Melania. It's generally if it enters into a certain, if it like has multiple phases, it it enters into that phase at a certain point in the health bar.
I knew that part, but I
It
legit in my head like definitely thought that it refilled the health bar after like you got it to like the halfway point and it entered phase 2 and then
no.
like it regained its
So
health.
so generally there aren't bosses in FromSoft games, at least mandatory bosses in FromSoft games, that will have like a cutscene between phases. There's only a handful that I can think of at the moment, but generally like they have one health bar. As far as I can remember, I don't
I
even
believe you.
Melania, who like it's like everyone's hardest boss. The only reason she's the hardest boss is because in phase 2 she heals every time she hits you. That's why she becomes the hardest boss. Other than that, like she's fine. She's not that bad. But most games, like if you have a phase 2, they activate into phase 2 at that portion of their health bar. In this one, if an enemy has a phase 2, they will you kill them. They then enter phase 2 with a full health bar, and you don't get to recover. The worst part about it is, say I take you out and my stamina is at near zero when I take you out from phase 1 to phase 2, and the whole cutscene plays, and it loads back up. Guess where my stamina's at when it loads back up?
Right where it
Near
was before.
zero. Yeah. It doesn't even refill my stamina between the cutscenes. It was frustrating because this game, and this is, I really liked it for this. Lies of P is built, especially when it comes to combat and fighting bosses. It is not a dodging game. It is not a game, or at least the playstyle that I felt comfortable with, is not based on dodging like most FromSoft games are. It is based on parries and blocks. So if you can hit the block perfectly and get that perfect parry, it won't lower your health. I believe it uses less stamina, and it potentially could break the enemy's weapon, which is cool. But if you then miss that and only do a regular block and not the parry, it'll lower your health but have a recoverable amount. So if you hit an enemy after doing a block, you recover some of that health back until like it takes 2 or 3 hits to fully recover. But it also takes your takes away your stamina for each hit. So some of these bosses have combos 6, 7, 8 hits long that unless you can like perfectly figure out the dodge execution, which is very hard to do, you can't even block fully through it because you run out of stamina. And when you run out of stamina blocking, they actually like they break your block and then do more damage to you with your broken block for like the next hit or something like that. Or like you can't react when they break your block. Your character reacts in a way that you can't do anything for a couple of seconds. So it's just like some of these combos hit so much. And then some of these enemies are so big, but happen to continue to attack so fast. And then the worst part is a lot of the enemies will hit you, whether you get the perfect guard or not. If you block the attack, they will push you back. So then you have to take the time to recover and run back up to them, which in that time they then circle in for another, like set up another attack. So there's just a lot of boss mechanics that really, like, by the end of the game, now for anyone who doesn't know FromSoft games, you can summon a specter, summon somebody to help you play, help you fight a boss. That's how Let Me Solo You got very popular. And so, like, if you're having trouble, you can summon somebody to come help you. Well, in this game, it lets you do the same, but I think it's all. I don't know if it's actual players. I don't know if you can have actual players join you. I think it's all just AI. Or yeah, it's all just NPC characters that will come help you fight. I got to a point with a couple of like, there's a boss midway through that, like, his first phase I was able to do near perfect, but it still wasn't easy and it took a while. And then phase two, I would not be in it long enough to learn it because he hits that hard and that fast that I just eventually at one point gave up, used the Spectre, and then it was just like, because the second phase boss was focused on the Spectre, I just kept attacking it. And I was able to finally beat it. But it really got to that point as I was like, the last couple of, like, the last session, or the last, like, 2 sessions, I was just like, alright, I'm just gonna summon the Spectre against every boss. And the boss that broke me, that was like, all right, I'm just summoning specters, was the third to last boss, excluding the secret final boss. So third or fourth to last boss, depending on the story route you take. When you encounter them, it is 3 enemies, and then once you kill 2 of them, a fourth one appears, and you have to fight all of them at one time. The problem is they'll do callouts. So like, it'll, like, one of the characters will say something and let you know that they're attacking, so that you know to change your target to them and be prepared for them. And then the other character will generally back off. However, there is occasions, especially if you get too close to the others that you're not fighting, or even occasionally too far, that they'll attack you from a range and knock you off center. One of them has a grappling gun that they'll shoot you and pull you towards them, and then they'll attack you while the other person is attacking you. I did that fight for, like, I was in that fight for maybe like a half hour, and I was crashing out so hard. I was so fed up. I was like, fuck it, I'm just using the Spectre. I can't do this anymore. This is not fun. This is not fun. This fight is not fun. And, like, this is the second time you had to fight these group of 4, but the first time it was basically focus on one enemy, and if you can defeat them, it's over. However, the others will join you as time goes on, and you can kill them, but they have much less health. But you don't have to kill them if you don't want to, and eventually they'll leave. But I was just so fed up with it. I was like, I can't do that. I'm just ready to have this game be over. And it's like,
and you got there.
I got there, and it's not to say that the game was bad. It's not to say that the story was bad or anything. Like, it was interesting enough, but I was like, my biggest problem with it is it's so incredibly fucking linear. There's no, like, in most FromSoft games, it's, all right, let's go here, let's go there, let's try this area, let's try that area, let's run around, and it's kind of sort of open, even though it's generally like, here's a single path to go left, single path to go right, single path to go forward, and a single path to go back, but you can choose. In this one, it's just always keep going forward. And, like, sometimes the going forward...
Just keep swimming.
Yeah, and, like, sometimes going forward turns you around, and you end up getting back to the beginning of the game based on where you were going, and like, circling around, and, like, one character at one point, you like, get far out from the city, and he's like, help me find the golden coin fruit. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll help you find the golden coin fruit. You get to a point, you defeat a boss, you re-encounter him, and he's like, oh, thank you for helping me find the golden coin fruit. I'm like, where did I find the golden coin fruit? And you step out the door from the room you find him, there's the golden coin fruit, and then you take a left, and look, there's the fucking hotel that's your main base. that you now just unlocked a secret entrance into. I was like, I just did a fucking circle around this goddamn city. Are you kidding me? It's just like the layout was kind of not. It was very unintuitive in a sense. But like overall, like it was very fun and very exciting. And like I'm shocked that I didn't learn about the sequel of the game until playing this. So Lies of P is getting a sequel, everyone.
I actually didn't
Um,
realize that.
Oh, so after you beat the game, it actually has a post-credit stinger, and it's somebody on a train talking to somebody else over the phone or whatever, and it's like they're saying that next time he finds her, he'll get her or something like that, and he's like, I have to find Dorothy, and then it goes and it shows a girl with red boots and slipper with red shoes walking on the rooftops, and she taps them by the heel twice. The next one is based on Wizard of Oz.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like blown away by that. I was excited. I was like, "Oh, now like is it raises the question, is this going to be am I going to be playing as Pinocchio or am I going to be playing as Dorothy?" I hope I'm playing as Dorothy. Um
I mean that's
but
yeah.
but like I mean, I what are you Lies of D, it'll or like what are you going to call the next one? But like I hope you're playing as Dorothy because that would be cool, or like maybe switch between the two, or
Yeah,
like
alternating. That could work too.
but even alternating wouldn't really work because of the way the style of the game is. It's a FromSoft game, so you have your select weapon types. So like maybe you get to pick who you play as, and then they can only use certain weapons. I don't really know how they're gonna do it, but like yeah, it was a lot of fun up until a point when I was just burnt out from it. I was burnt out in general. Like to be honest, I'll be 100% honest. Just mental health has been literally very low, especially ever since I lost the contest to play D&D on the live stage. It's been
Fuck that
pretty damn
contest.
low. Huh?
I said, man, fuck that contest.
Yeah. It's been pretty low. And so like that's part of it. It was just like I was forcing myself to play it at times and I wasn't feeling it anymore. Like again, it's not to say it's a bad game. It just how it happened with me. I was ready to I was ready to just beat the game. I wanted it to be done. I had been playing it for 2 months. I was just tired. But it was a really good game, really fun. One cool aspect it has is you can basically make your weapons. So if you get, say, like I started out with a rapier, and I started with a basically an agility build. Then as you play on, you may get, say a like a police stick, like a nightstick, but it's a lightning based nightstick, or it's like a baton that has electricity. Well, I can take the blade off my rapier and put the electric baton on there. I'll still have the stabbing attack, so if the special attack of the baton is a swinging attack, it won't be as strong, but it'll be lightning based instead of just no element at all, so it might be better against enemies that are weaker to lightning. But again, my frustration, and this is like a general frustration on all like types of FromSoft games, you don't get the cool weapons till you're nearing the end of the game, and then you have to change up your entire playstyle all over again. It's like there were some really cool weapons I got nearing the end of the game. Like I would love to use these, but I need to learn how to use them. And the game basically turns into boss after boss after boss at a certain point that I'm like, I'm not going to really have the time to learn how to use these with like the three enemies between each boss. And like I tried using a new weapon at one point. I couldn't hit anything. It was everything was all too fast for me. I could not
Did you
hit
try getting
anything.
good?
I just gave up with that weapon and just used the weapons I was used to.
Right. Yeah,
But yeah.
I tried the demo for Liza P when it first came out just to see what it looked like. And like
Mhm.
it had a really cool aesthetic and everything.
Yeah.
Like I didn't play much just because like I don't have fun with the From games. Or
Yeah.
like that style of game, I should say, because I realize it's not a From Soft game. But like
Yeah.
I did th- like it had a really cool like style and aesthetic to it.
Yeah. It's really cool, like the dark gothic feel and the like alternate retelling of Pinocchio, or like the darker to retelling and rephrase like yeah, darker setting and whatnot.
Yeah, the clockwork stuff.
Yeah, puppets were like clockwork,
Yeah.
were robots, and yeah, it's very interesting, and like you learn about Pinocchio. It got to a point though, like there's so much to read in that game that I got to a point where I stopped caring to read it.
I feel like that's one of those problems with those style of games is they're light on like a narrative experience, but they're very heavy on here's like a whole bunch of lore and story if you seek it out. It's just you got to read it all. We're not going to
Yeah,
like tell
yeah,
you a story. You have to seek this story out, and it's a novel's worth of shit to read spread across
yeah.
the whole game.
And it was like I kept finding like the items I were finding that I thought I would be like, ooh, a throwable or this or that. It was like, oh no, it's a story beat. It's a letter to read about from someone. And so like I'm sure I missed a lot of story content because I stopped reading them. But they would just again, y'all know I'm a bad reader. I take a long time to read stuff, and I just wasn't. I was like, I don't want to read this. This is just too much.
I get you. I
Yeah,
get you.
but
Any
but it
last
was
things about Liza P?
no, it was good. I'm excited to see where they go from here. I'm excited to see the Wizard of Oz based game next. It just finished like early developmental stages, so we're still a while away. Like
Yeah.
I literally looked it up after I beat it. I was like, so like where are we? And it's like it just exited prototype phase. So we're still a long time away before they even start like promoting it and stuff.
Probably not as
Um,
far as you'd think with the way that
yeah.
games get.
Yeah, it's also a South Korean company, so they're probably not working as fast as some of the other
Oh,
uh
true.
bigger companies. It's also like still technically an indie developer. And again, the Lies of P only came out like 3 years ago. It's not that old of a game.
I actually thought it was more recent than that.
And it might be.
Let's see, Liza, 2023, so almost 3 years ago.
Yeah,
It'll be 3 years in September, so
yeah.
two
So
and
it's
three quarters.
and the DLC for it just came out last year when they announced the sequel. So like, yeah, they're a while away from it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So, Bob, you played the new Yoshi game.
I have started Yoshi's Mysterious Island.
Nice. It's a
Um,
serious book.
yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking Yoshi's Island as I was writing the timestamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yoshi's Mysterious Book, which is it's cute. It's a cute little game.
It's like it's got like the Woolly World type aspect to
No,
it, right?
no. So Yoshi looks like Yoshi. He's not like the yarn Yoshi, but and outside of the book, like a couple of like the early cutscenes were like a 3D rendered world. But
Mhm.
when all your levels, you're actually in the book, so they're all like 2D and actually have like kind of like a hand painted quality to them. Where while Yoshi stands out as like a different style. It goes well together. Like it actually looks really nice. And when you reach the edges of the levels, the color and lines begin to fade because you're kind of
Yeah.
like leaving the storybook.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Yeah. I remember I now remember the art style for this one and I loved it so much.
yeah, like it is a really cool style. Um, Downside is like this game falls into the same realm as a lot of recent Nintendo games, especially like 2D games. It's too easy. Like
Mhm.
there is literally no challenge to the game.
Yeah.
Yoshi is invincible. Like
Okay.
there are no actual enemies so far. I'm on world 3. There's no actual enemies. There's a few things in the world that like they kind of hit you, but like they do no damage. Like there's no like lose a life and like start a level over. It's very much supposed to be like a puzzle platformer, but
Mhm.
there's no there's nothing to like really stop you from getting through the level. I think that the hardest thing about it is sometimes figuring out what the like core puzzle you need to solve is to unlock the end. Because like basically like it's not like a traditional like 2D Mario game where you're just kind of going left to right until you find like whatever the modern goalpost is in that version of the game. It is more of a you're in the level doing a series of things until you do the right series of things to actually get the like end part unlocked. And then like when you jump into the end thing, it actually just says, "Hey, cool, you finished this. Like, do you want to stop exploring the level, or do you want to like just keep going and you can just hit like pause and tell me when you're ready to leave?"
Mhm.
Because like every level has just a ton of little things to do that give you points. It basically gives you the stars that help you unlock other levels. And it's kind of like Benjamin. It's a little bit like even like the 3D Mario games where it is easy to get more stars or like the thing you need to move on, then you need to unlock like the next level. So by the time I was done World 2, I had accumulated enough stars to unlock like Worlds 3, 4, and 5. So I can kind of just jump to whichever one I want to at this point.
Yeah.
I don't have to like go linear. But like the kind of narrative of the game is Bowser Jr. was rummaging around in what I think was meant to be Bowser's library and finds the mysterious book. And hijinks ensue, and he somehow gets transported inside the book to Yoshi's Island. And then Kamek shows up and is looking for Bowser Jr. and ends up entering the book as well. And then all the Yoshis find the book, and they're talking and like talk with the book, who introduces himself as Mr. E, just the letter E. And he's like, yeah, hey, like I'm a book, and like, can you just like help me like explore my shit? And that's kind of what you're doing. So like each world is basically like the chapter header. And you get his magnifying glass, and you just kind of like move the magnifying glass around like the chapter page, and it's like an image of like the map of that particular area. And there's generally like different creatures on it that when you hover over, they'll have question marks until you go explore. And when you go explore, it's just that creature inhabits that area, and you do something with that creature, and different ones kind of do different stuff. So there's like a little flower dude that if you pick him up and throw him on your back and run around with him, any plants that aren't bloomed will bloom. And if you feed him like a berry, he'll turn a different color, and he'll start blooming flowers in that color instead.
Nice.
But then you can also, if you eat them, they just turn into eggs, like anything that Yoshi eats. And then like if you find vegetables that are in the ground and you get enough of these little flower guys together, they will start pulling on them like Pikmin until they like pick the vegetable out of the ground for you.
Okay.
And then like what was one of the most recent ones? One of the last levels of World 2, it was like the sentient umbrella. So that whole level was the core thing in that level was catching the golden umbrella. And so that one was actually probably the most challenging one so far, because it was very much a timing one where you had to like get an umbrella, find like an updraft, ride it to a point where you could then grab another umbrella and kind of like go back and forth, while also making sure you had enough speed and height that you could get close enough to the golden umbrella to jump and catch it as it was like floating around. And it moved on you, so it wasn't just like in a stationary place either. But yeah, a lot of them have just been that. It's like, all right, here's the creature of this particular zone. Just do different shit with it, and you get stars. And like as you're doing it, like literally the level that you're in starts getting like handwritten notes as mystery, like makes notes about like what you're helping him discover about these creatures in his book. So like stuff like that, like it's cool, and like it's a cute idea. It's just, it's very much on there is zero challenge here. This game it's very much for children, and in the bad way.
I would probably argue not necessarily for children, but just for casual gamers in general.
I guess, yeah, like that's probably a better way to put it. I would say it's very much aimed at kids with the way everything is kind of described, but it's not giving it's not giving anybody anything to like really try for. Like you don't have to try. The levels they almost play themselves. Like you can do things half-assed and it still counts. Which is like, it takes a little bit of the fun away from it, because there's not really like a true goal, and like there's not like any big thing that you're doing. Like I've bumped into Bowser Jr. and Kamek twice so far. The one time they were stuck in a bubble, and I just kind of like hit the bubble until it popped for them and they flew away. And the second time, Bowser Jr. got lost in a castle, and I had the big creature of that level spit me at the castle to knock it over so that Bowser Jr. would be visible and Kamek could fly away with him again. Like it's cute. It like I'm enjoying the simplicity of it, but I wish there was just some level of challenge instead of just
you.
Yeah, because it's not even like they're not even really puzzles. It's just like do stuff until the level ends.
Yeah,
like The closest puzzle I think I maybe had was the boss level of World 2 was like this big like weird monster thing that he eats stuff. Anytime you get close to him, he opens his mouth and starts inhaling. And if you jump into his mouth, he doesn't want you. So you get like the little you know in any Yoshi game when you have like an egg, you get that little targeting thing that just kind of goes up and down and you just have to like hit the button when it's pointed in the direction you want to go.
Yeah.
It's basically that. You get that with him. And you just kind of have to shoot yourself into things. And if you do it right, it'll like break certain types of blocks, which unlocks a few things you can throw into his mouth that gets you like some of the stars. And like the puzzle aspect of it was you have to shoot yourself into the right spot where there's a bunch of the little flower dudes. And then you can throw them at a some sort of root vegetable again to make them pick it. And then once they pick it, they will you throw the thing down to the guy, he eats it and it wakes him up. And he actually sits up, and then you can have him suck you up and also walk. So you kind of like control him slowly, and that lets you knock down stuff further into the level to like get to the end. But like, it's not so much a puzzle as much as just like, all right, we'll just shoot Yoshi straight up into the air, and that's where all the little plant guys are. And if you've been paying attention to the level, you just keep throwing stuff in the guy's mouth to see what happens. So, oh look, here's a new thing to throw in his mouth. You throw it in his mouth. So yeah. It's not a bad game. It plays really well. And when was the last time you played a Yoshi-based game?
Game Boy Advance
was it like Yoshi's Island?
Yeah, Yoshi's Island on like the GBA or some shit like that.
Okay, so probably not a great question for you, but I remember Yoshi not being like Yoshi does that little like struggle jump thing where like you can like hover with him for a second. I don't remember that being unlimited. Like you could basically like do it once or twice, but eventually Yoshi just falls. In this so far, like you can just do it indefinitely, and like if you time it right, you don't lose any altitude. There was a level where the creature were clouds, and the whole idea was there were clouds all over the world, and if you touch them once, they then like form up with all the other clouds, and they become like a giant moving platform for you. But if you stand on any one cloud for too long, it disappears. So you kind of have to keep moving. It took me a second to realize that was kind of like the goal. And I had kind of like let them get away and had to catch up. And I literally just jumped and just did the little Yoshi hover thing across half the level to catch back up to them. And like, I'm like, I don't remember this working like this, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's always been a limit depending on the game. But I guess this game is a much different kind of game than previous ones.
True. Like
that, like they built the mechanic differently. But I was going through like some videos and trailers and whatnot while you were talking about it, and yeah, I was seeing someone who like they were doing a puzzle where they had to jump on these creatures and they would make a musical note. They would hit a musical note with each one.
In the first world, yeah.
Yeah, and the person would hit the thing and then just keep hovering until they get to the next one. And they hovered like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sure it's just like it's based on the kind of game they were trying to build, I guess. It just makes sense to just let you do it as many times as you want.
Yeah, especially because, like I said, like there's no repercussions in this world. Everything respawns if you need it. Like that's kind of how you can tell if something's actually needed or not. It'll respawn. Like everything respawns. Yoshi has no health bar. There's no amount of hits that it can take. Because there's been a couple like there's like a handful of aggressive things. Like there are like bumblebees that will like attack you, but they don't do damage. They just kind of knock you around and make it harder to get stuff done, unless you like take them all out.
Yeah.
So like I literally just sat there the one time just eating them like one at a time because that's all you can do, and like they just kept hitting me, but it wasn't doing any damage. So I'm like, cool. I'm just gonna get a hole full of eggs from you guys because you're just like easy for that.
Yeah.
And like there are like some cool like things that happen like world wise. So like I mentioned before, like if you feed like the little flower guys berries, they'll change color and then they'll turn the flower a different color. There's also like hot peppers. And if you give hot peppers to different things, it has like different effects on them. So there's one level where there's like these little things that are almost like arrows. Like they have like pointy noses, and if you stand in front of them, they will kind of like fly at you. But if you throw them onto your back and then throw them off, Yoshi will like throw them like a dart almost, and they'll stick into things. And that's sort of the gimmick in that level to finish it. Is there's like 5 like little targets around the level that you just have to throw them at. But if you feed one of those guys a hot pepper, they will also break what you throw them at. So like if you throw them at the wooden targets, they shatter the wooden targets. And there's a few spots where there are like rocks blocking your path. That's the whole idea is you get one, feed it a pepper, and then throw it at the rock to shatter the rock to get to the other side.
Yeah.
So like there's a little bit going on there, but it's just like none of it is that complicated. And in a lot of cases, like when you do figure out the ones that are like trying a little bit harder, there's not actually like a reward for doing it. Like it's not part of finishing the level. And there's generally not much on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still like I'm having fun with it. I'm going to keep playing it, but it's just, it is very limited on like challenge. Yeah. And that's a little bit of a bummer. Cause like,
yeah,
the last few like Mario games, like 2D Mario games, like they've been easier, but like there's still a challenge because they are still like a platformer, and like the early levels are super easy, but once you get a little further into it, those 2D levels, like they start throwing some cool stuff at you. Like Mario Wonder had some like cool challenges to it. And this game is just going in a very different direction.
Yeah, well, hopefully like it gets harder, but as you go on, and it's not just always easy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I'm up to World 3, so I don't know that's going to get much harder, but it's at least like, I'm curious to see where things go at least, because it does have just kind of a weird story going on with like Bowser Jr. seems to have amnesia right now, but he's still like a little shit.
Yeah.
So,
fucking Bowser Jr.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's all I got. So that might be a show.
Yeah, it sounds about right. I mean, yeah, it sucks that it's not like the hardest, but it still sounds like it's just a fun, silly, casual game to just pick up and play whenever you've got time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I haven't been playing it for very long. Like, I'll historically like 2D platformers like that, like traditional 2D platformers, like if they're done well, like I will kind of sit down and play them for a while because I enjoy those sorts of games.
Yeah.
This one has been more like, I'm gonna play for like half an hour, and then like, you know, that'll be like 3 or 4 levels, and then I'll move on and go do something else. But
I get you. Makes sense.
Yeah. But with that said, if you'd like to find some more of our content, you can head over to www.one-quest.com. You can also help us out by supporting us at patreon.com/onequest. If you can't support us at $8, though, you know your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Rate us, review us, subscribe to us. All of those things help. We're also on social media, facebook.com/onequestonline or at @1_quest on Instagram and Twitter. And our blue sky is at one-quest.com. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/onequestvideo, or send us an email at social1-quest.com. And Rich, what is your streaming looking like?
Check me out live, twitch.tv/b_walnuts. Video game streaming, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Right now, we're just kind of like playing Forza and whatever else we can get our hands into until the 6th of June, which is my 5-year stream anniversary. That Saturday is when we're going to be celebrating it. And we'll be doing a Hollow Knight themed, like, subathon kind of thing. So come on, hang out. The more you donate, the harder the challenge gets. So come hang out with me, and it'll be great.
Nice. Well, with that, we'll be back next week with something else to talk about. Thanks for listening. Bye.
See yas.